Now I know I'm probably gonna rub some people the wrong way, but hey, I don't expect to be friends with everyone. I'm not made for everyone, you know. Only a select few certain type of people I could really rock with. Because they have a lot of people on YouTube talking like they know sports and don't know absolutely nothing. You know, they just be rambling, you know. But check this out. Can we all agree that the New Orleans Pelicans is one of the worst organizations in the NBA? They have to be top three. You go all the way back to Anthony Davis days, Chris Paul days. It seems like as soon as the superstar contract was up, they were out of town. You got Zion Williamson. He don't want to be in New Orleans right now. It's obvious, you know, because ain't no way you're not going to take care of your body and do everything you need to do. He don't want to be there, folks. But this video not about Zion Williamson. It's mainly about Brandon Ingram. Where recently, he changed his agency, you know. He with Clutch Sports now. If you don't know nothing about Clutch Sports, you know one thing. They like to keep their clients happy and they get them paid. Brandon Ingram, he got a big fan base. A lot of people like Brandon Ingram. Me, he's a talented guy. He always was. But I always looked at Brandon Ingram as like an average player, man. He was supposed to be the next Kevin Durant coming out of Duke. The next KD. That ship then sailed. And you know what's crazy? He's still in his prime. You know, ever since this guy got traded from the Los Angeles Lakers, I feel he just took a step back. He played good ball with the Lakers. LeBron got him up out of there. You know, he went to the Pelicans. He became an all-star immediately. But after that, man, he just put up average numbers, man. This year, he giving you 23, 6, and 5. But over his career, he's a 25-4 guy. And people be looking for him to take the next step. He just not, it's not in him, folks. I done seen enough. I don't like to talk bad on people like that, you know. But Brandon Ingram don't have the mentality to be a superstar in this league. He's a star some of the time, but most of the time he's just a guy. Get his little 20 points, get a couple assists. When I watch Brandon Ingram, he don't shoot the three ball well enough for me. He shoot 36% from three. But man, you done been in the league long enough. You got to shoot that three ball better than that. You know, he's the type of guy who don't know how to handle a double team. He turned the ball over too much once he get doubled. He's a guy, you know, his game is too predictable. You could call every shot. Teams are not going to allow you to get to your shot, your spots. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you deny him from getting to his spots, he get frustrated. You know, he's mentally weak when it comes to that. Another thing, his size. Now, he didn't put on some muscle from when he first came into the league, but he's still too puny. You know what I'm saying? Because defensively, he's a joke. You know, he don't play defense at all. You could move him around like a piece of paper. I never seen Brandon Ingram play good defense, man. Every time he play against a good player, he just get moved around on the court. And they have to bring help with Herb Jones or something like that. He's not really a good player. And you don't got to take my word for it. Just look around the NBA. When you look around the NBA, Brandon Ingram is up for a contract. Why you think David Griffin haven't gave him that contract yet? I'll wait. Because he knew the money Brandon Ingram want, he's not worth it. He can't come out and say it. He just can't. But he's not worth it. Okay, if he's not worth the money you want to give him, your best option is to trade him, right? Well, here's the thing about that. It's not just that. He not worth the money. The rest of the league know he not really good either. And that's sad to say. A guy of with his skills, no one wants him. You got guys getting traded that are more valuable than him that got less talent. So you tell me, what's the problem? Because it's not about the skills. It's about his mental, man. It's about that defense, like I just said. It's about him being too predictable. It's about all that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that mentality. He just don't have that dog mentality that you need. But he want to get paid like a superstar. Man, you got to show superstar production. 20 points ain't going to get it, man. How about you go crack 24, 25 points a game? Have he ever, I think his 23 points is probably the highest he ever averaged. Take that back. I think he dropped 25 that year. He was an all-star. But like I said, after that, he fell off. He's just a guy that's out there, man. When I watch the Pelicans, it's like Brandon Ingram is just going through the motion. He going through the motion, hoping that he wake up one morning, Rich Paul hit him up and be like, we got you a deal to get out of New Orleans. Boom. It's like that's what he waiting on, man. It's ridiculous. The whole organization is a joke, bro. To me, they need to get rid of Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Tank this year and get Cooper Flag and team him up with Zion Williamson, Trey Murray, the other Murray, and just go from there. Because CJ don't belong in New Orleans and Brandon Ingram don't belong in New Orleans either. Neither does Zion Williamson. But if you get CJ and Brandon Ingram out of New Orleans, I think Zion Williamson will come around and be like, man, dang, this is my team now. I got to really do what I need to do. Because I feel Zion Williamson don't really feel he need to do what he got to do because he don't feel it's his team like that. He's just a part of the puzzle. And I think Zion Williamson is a selfish guy to where he want everything around him catered to him. He want the organization to prove to him that this your team. We're going to build around you. You know what I'm saying? But, man, Brandon Ingram, there's no trade value for the guy, man. No one wants him. You feel me? But knowing Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, they gonna pull off a heist. There's a couple teams that he could go to, but Brandon Ingram said he want to be a part of a winning culture. If that was the case, man, a contender would have took a chance on him. They got a couple teams out there like the Miami Heat, but who they gonna trade for him? Jimmy Butler? Hero? I doubt Pat Riley do that. Brandon Ingram mentality don't even fit in with the Miami culture. You know what I'm saying? Where could he go to? Milwaukee? Trade for Chris Middleton and some picks and another player or so? That's a possibility. But that don't help the Bucks out. That give you more offense. The Bucks need some defense across that, man. And they need a true point guard. Brandon Ingram don't fix that. He could go to Golden State. Golden State got a few pieces they could take with some picks. But who want to do all that? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no team about to gut their team to bring in a guy who's just average at best on most nights. I just don't see how this situation is going to end, man. It's a mess right now. A complete mess. After winning their first 2 games, they done won 2 games after that, and that's it. It's time to tank, man, and bring in some new talent. Change the culture in New Orleans. Brandon Ingram needs to go. It's time, man. You gotta pull it. You gotta pull the trigger on this one, man. He gotta go. If you go into next season with Brandon Ingram, if you pay this guy big money next year and he don't deliver, it could set your organization back for at least 5 or 6 years, man. Because you don't know what you got in Zion. You know what I'm saying? It's just a complete mess, man. Complete mess. You know, there been rumors about him getting back to Los Angeles Lakers. In order for that to happen, Austin Reeves will have to be in that trade with probably another piece and another pick. You know what I'm saying? I could really see that, though. I think Austin Reeves would thrive with New Orleans. Just come in and shoot. Don't worry about nothing else. I think he would thrive. And Brandon Ingram going back to the Lakers, that would work. But if that go down, LeBron gonna have to come off the bench and hand Brandon Ingram the keys. Him and Anthony Davis. He's steady holding on to the keys. He don't want to relinquish that power in that role. It's time, man. Father Time is undefeated, bruh. Real time. It's time for these young bucks to take over. But I think just a new situation for Brandon Ingram would be good, though. He done ran his course in New Orleans, bro. It ain't all on him. It's on the organization and him. You know? He's just not the guy that gonna turn this franchise around. I don't know if Zion Williamson is either, but I know for sure Brandon Ingram does not belong in New Orleans. This Sports Savvy TV. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation.